Alright, you can see a chainsaw there. I'm cutting wood up. I'm trying to get my mass of wood for tonight. This is a big down locust I've been cutting up. And I'm going to do a long fire. And I think I'm going to set my shelter up between this tree and the one my pack's hanging on. And do a long fire in front of it. I'm going to do a kind of a little bit of a lean-to type thing. I'm going to do a super shelter. What I'd like to do is find a place around here where I can do two lean-tos facing each other with a raised bed. I'm going to try to use some of these size logs to help me build a raised bed in between here so I can be up off the ground a little bit and store my firewood up underneath. And but I have to get going on this because it's already almost 3 o'clock. I got my two logs for my side for the long fire, and I'm just collecting wood. You can see I got tons of it all around me. I just have to collect it, so I brought down the chainsaw to kind of help get that process started. So I'm just kind of cleaning up and getting everything ready. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I got the starts to a long fire. Got a nice bed of coals here. This is what I split up so far off pieces like this. This is black locust, and I'm splitting it with my axe, as you can see. I keep having to strip layers off because I'm sweating. But that's the tree I've been cutting it off of. Cheating a little bit and using the chainsaw, but that stuff's hard to cut through with anything else. And this stuff's really kind of hard to split, but I find that if you find the right grain pattern, or if you hit it, with a different grain pattern, it splits pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So I've got me a nice little pile started. I got my shelter started. I got to keep working on that. I think I'm going to get me some coffee on the go because I just need to sit down and take a break for a minute. But as you can see, the sun's going down. I ain't got much time left, so I'm trying to make sure I got plenty of firewood before it gets dark, so I don't want to have to be splitting wood in the dark. Working on my shelter. I got that end closed in the best I can. I still have to hang the space blanket on the inside on that back wall. And I got my sportsman tarp on the ground there to help reflect some heat up at me. And that's going to be ground camping for me tonight. You can see over there in my pile of stuff, the blue thing is my roll mat. Alright everybody, out here in the woods, it's about 6:30, last I looked. And the temperature, last time I checked, about half hour ago, was 35 degrees. I got my fire going. I really loaded it up because even though it's early, I'm kind of tired. I got up early this morning, so kind of loaded this up, and this is good hard black locust that I split up. But and I got more wood over here, plenty of wood. So, but I wanted to show you my shelter. You can see my little candle lantern going in there. And what it is I got my sportsman blanket on the ground to keep the mud off me because it's kind of damp out here. Then I got my thermarest, and then I got my sleeping bag on top of that, and on the back wall, and that's just a cheap painter's drop cloth, the 3mm plastic kind, and I got it held down by long sticks. About an inch or two across, and on both sides. And then I got the ends closed off as best I can. They're pretty well closed, and I've been sitting in there for about 10 minutes or so, and it's actually pretty warm in there. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking a nap here. I know it's early, but I'm going to put another log on the fire. got out to get the camera and a soda. But I got some Dr. Pepper here. And I'm gonna go crawl in here and show you what y'all it's like. And I kinda have to close the door in behind me. I got a stick in here that I'm using to hold the flap shut. But it's actually not bad in there. It's actually, I mean, it's not like 80 degrees or nothing like that in there, but it's actually halfway comfortable. So I'll be back in a minute when I get inside. Alright, now we're inside the shelter, and you can see the log I'm using to hold everything up on the back corner, and I can snug that up as I need to. And kind of watching to make sure this candle don't get too hot to melt everything. But I just kind of tucked this space blanket up over the ridge line, and it's nice in here. It's comfortable, and I'll show you what I did. What I did was kind of took the door and kind of folded it together, and then right here the stick is holding everything shut. You can see I left it a little bit open right here where the mud is. That's because if in the night I want to smoke, I don't have to crawl out of here. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get that thing shut, so I can just snub my cigarettes out in the mud right there. But I've got my sportsman's blanket, which is kind of a reflective. My Thermarest Base Camp Large, and that's not even fully inflated. And then I've got my bivvy, and I gotta tell you, it's actually warming up in here. If there's nobody in here, it's not like real warm, but the longer you're in here, I think it's partially the fire, but not all of it. Part of it is your body heat, and this thing acts like a greenhouse, and kind of bumps the temperature up inside of here, and the heat kind of stays trapped. And then the space blanket kind of, alright, it's about 12:30. I checked the forecast, and it's supposed to be calm all night, and the temperature right at 7 o'clock in the morning is supposed to be 30 degrees. So I think it's right around, it's probably 32, 33 right now. At about 8 p.m. it was about 34, 35. So, but I just got back down here. I stoked the crap out of my fire, and I put this really big log on here that I wasn't really thinking. I know it's gonna burn all night. It's gonna kind of smolder, but I put it, and the only thing I'm worried about is I don't have a roller now on this side of the fire to stop that log from rolling up on me, so I might have to get out and adjust that. But I got back in here. I adjusted the space blanket so to stay off me a little bit better. I put a new candle in my lantern there, which I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see this because it's so. I think that with this shelter, if you could find a way to do a raised bed, it would improve it a lot. My little candle's out now, long ago. I can tell you what, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world because the ground's froze solid. And even though I blew my air mattress up, I feel every lump and bump, and it's not comfortable by any means, but I was tired, so I just fell asleep and I didn't even realize it. And I didn't feel it. But once you're awake, or if you're a soft sleeper, then you're gonna know it. I think that if you could do a raised bed and find a way to really snug down the edges and keep your fire going all night, I think this would be a feasible shelter. As is, it's not too bad. It's cold in here right now, but that's because my fire kind of died out. Anyway. So, and the only thing when you've seen the wind blowing, this plastic crinkles. If you're a light sleeper, that'll wake you up. But, wasn't too bad. But, since it's still dark, I think I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and maybe go back to sleep. Alright, everybody. I kind of flipped my shelter back over, but I had to re-stoke my fire. I mean, I really stoked it too, so I got my coffee going there, and I slept pretty good last night. I'm a little bit tired still, but I think that's partially because my mat wasn't inflated all the way, and I kept feeling every lump and bump. And I checked, and it got down to 30 last night, so it was a good night. Not super cold, but I stayed warm in my bag here. The shelter wasn't 100%, but it wasn't bad. The problem is this whole hill here kind of slides down that way. Not real steep, but and a couple times in the night my feet were up against that tree, so just kind of gives you an idea how much I was sliding. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and have my coffee and listen to the radio. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Bob and Tom, but they're on in the morning. I like to listen to them, they're funny. So anyway, guys, I will check back in with you as time goes on. I think I said it last night, and I think it'd be an ideal to have like a double lean-to setup, facing each other, with a long fire in between them, with one large step between the edge of the bunk and the fire. That's what they say is ideal in cold weather, at least from what I've read. I think that would be awesome. And with a little bit of a raised bunk and make a super shelter out of that. At least you got some form of a structure. With this, I got nothing. It keeps falling apart on me in the middle of the night, and I keep having to fix it. But alright. I got everything pretty well packed up, and I pulled my truck right down to here so I can pack up. I just gotta put the fire out, and this little bit of stuff sitting here is all I got left. So that's it for this camp out. Looking forward to the next one, and that's all there is to it. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, about 35 degrees. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day. So anyway, guys, as always, if you got any comments or questions, feel free to ask me. I'll do my best to get them answered, or whatever the case may be. Thanks for watching.